For 70 years, the official government position on UFOs was simple: there is nothing to see here. Swamp gas. Weather balloons. Mass hysteria. The people who reported seeing structured craft performing impossible maneuvers were dismissed, ridiculed, and in some cases, career-ended. Then in 2017, the New York Times published a story that changed everything. The Department of Defense confirmed the existence of a secret program studying unidentified aerial phenomena. And in the years since, senior military officers, intelligence officials, and members of Congress have made statements that would have been career suicide a decade earlier. The modern UFO story begins in July 1947. Something crashed on a ranch near Roswell, New Mexico. The local Air Force base initially announced they had recovered a flying disc. The next day, the story was changed to a weather balloon. For decades, that was the official account. In 1994, the Air Force released a report saying the crash debris was from a classified program called Project Mogul, designed to monitor Soviet nuclear tests. This explanation satisfied some researchers. It did not satisfy those who noted that Project Mogul would not explain multiple witnesses who described seeing biological material at the crash site. From 1952 to 1969, the Air Force ran Project Blue Book, officially tasked with investigating UFO reports. It investigated over 12,000 cases. Its classified conclusion, revealed in the Condon Report, was that UFOs presented no threat to national security and did not warrant further investigation. What the Condon Report also revealed, buried in its appendices, was that approximately 30% of cases could not be explained by any conventional phenomenon. Those cases were officially closed as unresolved. Project Blue Book shut down. The Air Force declared the matter settled. It was not settled. In 2007, the Senate Majority Leader authorized a program called the Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program. It ran until 2012, received $22 million in funding, and was tasked with investigating unexplained aerial phenomena encountered by military personnel. Its director, Luis Elizondo, resigned in 2017 in protest, saying his program's findings were being suppressed within the Pentagon bureaucracy. His resignation letter to the Secretary of Defense stated that the phenomena being studied represented a potential aerospace threat to national security. He then went public. The Department of Defense eventually confirmed the program existed. In 2004, Navy pilots from the USS Nimitz carrier group encountered something extraordinary off the coast of California. Commander David Fravor described a white, tic-tac-shaped object approximately the size of an F-18 that had no visible means of propulsion, no exhaust, no wings, and could accelerate from a stationary position to beyond visual range in seconds. The encounter was captured on infrared video by his squadron's sensors. The Navy confirmed the authenticity of the footage in 2019. David Fravor is a graduate of the Naval Academy and a highly decorated combat pilot. He has consistently maintained his account. In April 2020, the Pentagon took the unprecedented step of officially releasing 3 videos of unidentified aerial phenomena encounters recorded by Navy pilots. These videos, previously leaked and authenticated, showed objects performing maneuvers that defied known aerodynamic principles. They moved at speeds that no known aircraft could achieve. They maneuvered without any visible propulsion. They operated at altitudes and in conditions that should have been impossible. The Pentagon's statement accompanying the release was carefully worded. It confirmed the objects were unidentified. It said nothing about what they might be. In July 2023, David Grush, a decorated Air Force intelligence officer and former member of the UAP task force, testified before Congress under oath. He stated that the United States government had been in possession of non-human intelligence craft and biological material for decades. He said this information was being illegally withheld from congressional oversight. He named specific classified programs. He said he had been threatened for his disclosures. His claims were extraordinary. What made them impossible to easily dismiss was that they came from a credentialed intelligence official, under oath, before Congress. Multiple other intelligence and military officials have corroborated aspects of Grush's testimony in classified briefings to Congress. The Intelligence Community Inspector General found Grush's initial complaint credible and urgent. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer introduced legislation specifically designed to declassify UFO-related government records and compel the return of any recovered materials to government custody, suggesting he had been briefed on something significant. The legislation included unprecedented language about non-human intelligence, a phrase no senator had used in formal legislation before. It passed the Senate with significant bipartisan support before being weakened in the House. The most conservative explanation for UAP encounters is that they represent classified human technology, either American or foreign, that is being deliberately kept from public knowledge. This explanation is credible and would account for the government's reluctance to discuss the subject in detail. If UAPs are classified American programs, disclosure would reveal capabilities to adversaries. If they are foreign, particularly Chinese or Russian, admission of that penetration of American airspace would be diplomatically and strategically catastrophic. Either explanation involves a significant government deception about what it knows. Neither is reassuring. Multiple former astronauts and military pilots have given detailed testimony about UAP encounters. Edgar Mitchell, the sixth person to walk on the moon, stated publicly and repeatedly that he believed extraterrestrial intelligence had visited Earth and that this information was being suppressed by government entities. Gordon Cooper, one of the original Mercury astronauts, reported a UAP encounter over Germany in 1951 and wrote a letter to the United Nations urging full disclosure. These are not anonymous internet commenters. They are among the most rigorously screened and trained human beings the United States government has ever produced. 70 years of official denial. And then, quietly, the acknowledgement that the phenomenon is real, that it is unexplained, and that it represents a potential national security concern. The government has not said it is extraterrestrial. It has not said it is human. It has said it cannot explain what these objects are or where they come from. That acknowledgement, from the same institutions that spent decades calling anyone who raised the question a lunatic, is perhaps the most significant admission in modern government history. Whatever the truth is, they clearly know more than they are saying. This is the Redacted.